on this wall down here is the timeline of AA in Lincoln, Nebraska. And it goes all the way across the room. It tells when they had the first meeting in Lincoln. It tells when meetings got started. It talks about when the Alamo Club got started. It talks about when Hope Auditorium was purchased and when the first meeting in Hope Auditorium was. And it just tells a lot of stuff about the AA in Lincoln, Nebraska. And we're just filming all this so that you can see them, and hopefully it'll mean something to a lot of people in AA. Okay, and right beside it is a picture of Bob York. And that picture was done by Jean Mulry in Omaha, and she drew pictures like that during meetings. And she was sober 40 years, and her husband started Al-Anon in Omaha. So they were really important people in Omaha. Okay, so let's get into this cabinet. Now, we'll start over here, and this is the book, AA Comes of Age. And the reason it's important is in 1955, in the centerfold of that book, it shows the banner which was hung above Bill Wilson as he introduced the circle and triangle to be AA's new symbol. And we still have that as our symbol. Okay, then we have a letter that talks about the first AA meeting being in Cleveland, Ohio. It was not in Akron or New York. Clarence Snyder broke off. He was from Cleveland, and he broke off from the AA meetings, which were not AA meetings. They were Oxford group meetings in Akron. And the big book came out, and they decided they weren't going to come to Akron anymore, so they started the first Alcoholics Anonymous meeting in Cleveland. And we have a reel-to-reel tape of Clarence talking about the whole thing, so we know that's true. Okay, next to that, we've got a couple editions of the first edition, the first printing of Alcoholics Anonymous book. We've got the 11th printing and the 9th printing. We got some more somewhere else down here. Okay. Then we have some books of Lynn Ellermeyer's mothers. Lynn Ellermeyer was the first woman delegate for Area 41 several years ago. And her mother got sober in Oregon and had these books. And this 12 and 12 here, or this little red book, is the first edition printing of the little red book many, many years ago, 1953. Wow. Next to that, we have a picture of Houses of Hope. Houses of Hope started in 1963. Okay. There's a picture of Ralph Fox, who started Houses of Hope. And then we have a reel-to-reel tape that we got. We got all these reel-to-reel tapes from Ralph Fox's inventory. And this tape is Bill Wilson and 6 other people introducing the 12 traditions in 1950. And we have a CD of them in the central office if anybody wants to listen to it. Next to that, we have a 1941 Saturday Evening Post magazine, and this is an original, it's not a copy, that we got from a gentleman that was sober in the 90s, and his sister many years later, unpacked some of his boxes and found that magazine in the bottom of one of the boxes, and she gave it to us. Okay, so let's go down to the